Hey there. So I just got my new books in for the week, so I thought I'd take a look here, check out what I got. So first off, we've got the newest issue of Detective Comics, and this is number 1097. So this is continuing the Tom Taylor run, which has been really good. I'm really liking that. Then next up, we've got a couple facsimile issues. So this is Batman 617, and again, this is reprinting the original Hush story from back in the day while they're doing the sequel Hush 2 right now. So I got the regular and the metallic foil shiny cover I got to get because I love those. Then we've got Batman and Robin Year 1, number 7. Probably the cover of the week here for me. Again, just sort of like this files and sort of like police, intel on Batman, but we've got Somni putting the bat symbol in there and the shadows and the photographs and everything. Really cool. This has just been a great book. If you're not reading this book, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's really solid. Mark Waid and Chris Somni are killing it. They've worked well together before. They're killing it with this. Just a great book. Then again from Mark Waid, we've got Batman, Superman, World's Finest. Again, we're in the middle of the We Are Yesterday crossover story. This is part 4, so that's been really good. Want to see where they're going with that. Kind of like bringing back the old school Legion of Doom. We've got Grodd, is kind of the mastermind here, so we'll see where this is going. Next, we've got Superman Unlimited number 1. This book I'm really looking forward to. I'm really getting hyped for the Summer of Superman stuff that DC's doing. Again, looking forward to the Superman movie coming out from James Gunn in July. A lot of hype. Something cool I noticed on here too. This will focus on here. We've got the corner box art back. I think this is Dan Mora doing all these, and so we've got that here on Superman Unlimited. Not on World's Finest though, which is weird. I would like to see a little Batman Superman up there in the corner, so maybe we'll get that. But we've got Dan Slott off of Spider-Man for I don't know, over a decade, however many years he did Spider-Man. Coming back to DC doing Superman, and we've got Raphael Albuquerque on art, who was supposed to do Absolute Superman, I'm pretty sure. I think that was the original plan, and then he had like some personal things come up and couldn't do it, but now he's doing Superman Unlimited, so seems like a good deal for him. I think this will be a really big seller this year. My only issue with this is I've heard the story, we see a lot of kryptonite in the background here. So it sounds like we've got a kryptonite meteor coming to Earth, which we've seen that before. You know what I mean? Again, if you read comics long enough, stuff kind of goes around. But that, was something we had back in the day in the Batman Superman title, or I'm sorry, Superman Batman title from Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness at the start, had a similar event in that too. Then coming up just in time for Memorial Day, we've got this Army at War number 151. This is the facsimile edition of an older issue, and so this is the first appearance of Enemy Ace. So I wanted to get this. I like Enemy Ace. I think he's a good character. And again, sort of like a military-themed issue just in time for Memorial Day. So I'll probably read that on my day off. Then we've got a new Fantastic Four facsimile edition. Now, they've been doing the first year so far, 1 through 12, all the classic Stan Lee, Jack Kirby issues, but now we're kind of jumping ahead to number 48. And so this is the Galactus trilogy that introduced the character of Galactus and Silver Surfer back in the day. And again, we've got the new Fantastic Four movie coming out this summer that's bringing in Galactus and, a new Silver Surfer and everything. So I think that's why we're getting this now. But yeah, again, pretty pricey issues if you could find them, especially in good condition. So yeah, $4.99 is kind of a steal for that. So yeah, I definitely wanted to pick this up because, again, another instance of I probably won't own the real issue. Next up, we've got the new Minor Threats book. Now, I've kind of been ragging on the Batman book, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, for being too long. So this title of this book is From the World of Minor Threats, Welcome to Twilight. So that's just about as bad. Minor Threats is a good book, but we could have shortened up that title. There's got to be a shorter version of that we could have used for this. Maybe something with a little more punch. Because then it's like, do I file this under F for From? Do I file it under W for Welcome? Where am I going to put this in my boxes? Again, just a real long title there, though. But again, been a good book. So this is an anthology. where they're kind of going through other characters in the Minor Threats world. And, you know, you got new creators coming on here, too, doing stories. Then we've gotten Archie is Mr. Justice #4. And so this is a mini-series they've done of a new superhero identity for Archie. And so we've got him fighting Kid Wicked, which is Reggie, on here. So, yeah, this is the last issue. So, yeah, this has been pretty good so far. I'm pretty sure it's been a different creative team every issue. So I think this is the sort of the big fight with Reggie's, you know, new superhero identity on here too, or supervillain, I guess, Kid Wicked. So yeah, been pretty good. Looking forward to this. Again, it's a good idea. Are they going to do anything else with this? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I feel like Archie's always kind of playing around with superheroes. Again, I like all the Crusaders characters and that kind of thing. So it'd be really nice if they could kind of crack that code someday and kind of keep some superhero books going for a while. Next, we've got issue 12 of Redcoat. Again, this is from Image and Ghost Machine. So it looks like we're going to get some more information on the Northerner here. He's a character they've kind of been hinting at for a while in the Ghost Machine unnamed books. So yeah, we're looking forward to this. Again, Redcoat's been really good. Then we've got Star Trek Defiant #27. And so this is, part 4 or 5 of the Lore War. So that's the crossover going on right now in the Star Trek books. I think there is another special with Shax in it, and then there's the 5th issue, which is, or the 5th chapter, which kind of wraps up the Lore War story. And last, we've got Vatican City #2. So this is the new Mark Millar book. So we've got vampires kind of taking over the world, and people kind of making a last stand in the Vatican. I thought it was an interesting idea. We'll see where it goes. It might be too late for this, but I think it'd be really cool if Pope Leo had a cameo in here now. You know, we've got a new pope in the real world. Maybe he has a little bit of a cameo in here somewhere. That'd be kind of neat to tie that in, you know, with everybody just, you know, having gone on about the conclave and everything in real life. So, yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen or, you know, if it's really feasible to do that or not, but seems like a good thing to throw in for your book. You know, you've got a book about the Vatican right now coming out. So that's everything I got for this week. Did you get anything good? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter/X @Detective651, also on Instagram @Detective651. Be sure to check out my t-shirt store at tpublic.com/user/Detective651. I've got a lot of nerdy designs on there, and there's sales all the time, so check it out frequently.